we need to make it more generic and more procedural, because currently it's just this one rig vob. So we're gonna create HD8, okay, for it. And let's basically do that now, okay? So in order to create HD8, first of all, we can disable that rig pose, so it's not longer, doing what it's doing. Let's just enclose our rig vob into subnetwork. Let's call it tutorial error mode for rig module simple IK, okay? And now we're gonna, actually the name for it's gonna be a leg IK, sorry. And now right click on it and create digital asset. And now let's call it tutorial error mode rig module simple underscore IK 1.0 the versions. And let's save it somewhere. I will save it with our HDAs and elect tutorial. Here you go. Cool. And accept. Fantastic. Now we need to have some parameters, and the parameters what we're gonna have in our rig is basically gonna be the joint's name. So let's just make our window a little bit smaller. It will be super simple to set it up. Let's enter our, and if you have like network which is tangled or something like this, you can hold your shift key and press L on your keyboard, and that's gonna reorganize the network for you. Switch the visibility to the output, just kind of cleaning up a little bit. Now go to parameters, and we'll create two folders here. One will be for skeletons, one will be for controls. So that one for the skeleton, we'll call it joint chains. Joint chain, yep. Another one we'll call it IK controls. IK controls, cool. Now, what we're gonna put it up there, we'll put that string input here. So you just go left click and drag it, then the middle one, and the end one. And let's call it let's give them a proper name. So that will be a root GNT, root joined. Cool. The mid one will be, middle GNT, and here will be middle joined, and this one will be end GNT and joined. Yes, and we can hit apply. Cool. And you can see now there is a connection here, and there's expression which will read the value. That's cool. Let's do the same thing for IK. Okay, so we have our joint chains and IK controls, and I like to change the view to simple. Sorry, not the view, the type of that folder. And let's change it to the simple, and let's hit apply. Let's go one up and let's see how it look. Okay, that's how our HDA gonna look like. So then it's gonna be pretty generic. You can see how you can use it for creating an arm, for example, right? And let's just save my scene just in case. And let's just take up, and let's just add one important thing here is we want to add the look at axis settings up to our HDA, because that's going to be a common thing that, we're going to have it generic as possible. And sometimes the orientations of joints will be different. Click and drag it here, look at, and up. And there's one thing with this these buttons, if we hit apply and accept, I will show it to you. When you click on them, you can see that the up axis is changing, depends on what you choose as your look at axis, right? Which makes sense. So you don't choose as an up axis. When you have a look at axis, you don't choose the x axis, you choose something else. And that behavior is scripted, and you can look at it. If you go edit type properties, for example, and you go look at axis, and we will look at menu. We will click the menu script. So this is a script which basically fills the list for that look at axis. Those buttons to do are created here. So we're gonna copy that code because we're gonna use it, and we'll go to the up axis and we're gonna copy it as well and look at it here. And the up axis, you can see that there's a Python code which basically has all the axes here, and what it's doing, it's querying the current look at axis for that particular node, and it's just basically excluding this one which is, you know, chosen from the list, and, you know, creating, just showing this one which haven't been chosen. So that's pretty cool. And let's click that cancel, and we go one up, and type properties. And because currently our menu script, what is doing, it's looking at that inside the network, and I don't like it this way. We like to recreate that behavior. So we'll go look at axis, and we'll copy that code there. Yep, enter. And here, we're just gonna copy this one. Yep, here you go. And menu will be a Python, and that will be Python as well, apply. And here's Python and accept, cool. So now, we'll do just an experiment. We'll basically hide this, and just let's bring us this window, and we just do Alt-Shift-C. That will give us a copy of the window. We're gonna lock it so it doesn't change, and we dive inside to our leg. This is our solve, and now, yeah, we're changing. Everything is changing. You see, fantastic. So that's basically our IK. Sorry for the sounds. That's our IK module basically for the simple IK, okay? So naive and match the current definition. So that looks cool, but you know, we don't have reverse foot yet, and we will work on it next.